Leif Gafour is the principal and managing director of Lucentum Sports and Entertainment Law. He joins us now in Toronto. Leif, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Brad.
I want to point out that you probably deal with a lot of sponsors. You're an entertainment attorney. The law presumes Pistorius innocent until proven guilty. How tolerant are sponsors?
It depends on the sponsor, Brad. If specifically there was an ad campaign that Nike, as one of his largest sponsors, had an ad in which he said, "I am the bullet in the chamber." And Nike released a statement yesterday. They've pulled that particular ad campaign, and they have issued a statement that not only talks about the process playing itself out, but they sent their sympathies to the family. So the large sponsors, Nike is the best at what they do, and they traditionally hang on to the athletes until due process plays out. Other sponsors will vary depending on what they see and do.
So it's no surprise that Nike, with a campaign that features, the word bullet in a chamber, and in this case, obviously wanting to distance themselves from what has happened. As an attorney, what would you advise Pistorius at this point to do?
At this point, we deal with a great number of crisis management situations, but paramount right away is for him to retain the best criminal defense lawyer that he can find, spare no expense, and remember that at this point he's literally fighting for his life and his liberty.
If he is not convicted, in other words, if he's able to maintain his innocence throughout and found not guilty, how would that affect his competition, first of all, and perhaps more importantly, when it comes to sporting, the ability to attract sponsors in the future?
Well, without any doubt, the genie's out of the bottle, and his career as a celebrity athlete is over. And so there'll be no way for him to be able to recoil from this and be able to regain the pristine reputation and the sense of the heroic perspective that was placed upon him. So there's no ability for him to get back where he was before.
When you look back over the past decades, sports, there have been many figures in sports who have gotten themselves into trouble one way or another. Perhaps not as serious as murder, but perhaps when you look back at what has happened to them since their tribulations, have you seen any that have rehabilitated their reputation in such a way that they've been able to go on commercially in the future with sponsors?
Well, normally what happens, Brad, is that there is a moralities clause that's present in almost all endorsement agreements, and those certainly don't contemplate anything near to as serious as a premeditated first-degree murder charge. There have been, and there are examples of athletes that have been able to rehabilitate their career, but to the extent of the status that Oscar has and the nature of the charge, there is no way that the ability to recover from this as a celebrity athlete. This is a very different category. It's akin to being this generation's modern-day O.J. Simpson, and he'll always be known as the guy, whether he's convicted or not, that murdered his girlfriend.
Leif Gafour is the principal and managing director of Lucentum Sports and Entertainment Law. Thanks very much for speaking with us.
Thanks for having me.